Okay, let's look at the filter function in Google Sheets today. Filter is a little like VLOOKUP in that what it does is it looks up a set of data in another set of data. So based on certain criteria, it will go through a small or big list of data, find what you're looking for, and return a certain result. So as with all functions, you can always start typing and you'll see you can get help from Google Sheets on that. So here's how Google Sheets defines filter. It returns a filtered version of the source range, returning only the rows or columns which meet the specified conditions. So as I said, the easy way to say it is it just looks up data in a data set and returns something based on the result for what you're looking for. So kind of a confusing way to figure it out, but it's actually not complicated at all. It's just searching data based on certain criteria. So let's look at an example. So here we have two filters here. There's a filter formula here in column A, and you'll see as you scroll down there's no more formulas because the filter up top is pulling data that is populating both every row here all the way down to 562 and is populating columns A and B. We have a second filter here that's populating just column C. So for this one, you'll see here's our filter function. It is filtering this data, so it's filtering the master table database products columns A and B. That's why the results are two columns, because it's filtering two columns. Whatever you filter, it's going to return the data in that range that matches the criteria. So in this case, we're returning two columns, A and B. And what we're saying is return those columns if column F, so it doesn't even have to be in the range, we're returning A and B, but we're using column F as the test, is greater than or equal to C4. So C4 right here. So if a date is greater than or equal to that date, and we have a second criteria, if that same column, so we have F here and F here, is less than or equal to C5. So basically, we can look at this in a second, master table database products. So if we go over there, it's filtering columns A and B, so that's what it's returning those things, based on column F, based on the brew date. So if this column is between those dates, it returns these two columns. So if we go back there, we will see, right, the ID and a category being returned based on the date range. So, and as you click on it, again, you'll see the hints here where it talks you through what's happening in each one, the range, then the condition 1, condition 2, as many conditions as you want, right? So it's first it does the range, then it does the condition. If this range is greater than or equal to is what I used. And then again, I did less than or equal to. I could have kept going with more criteria. So it's filtering that range if these are true. So I'm getting 500 and whatever 62 minus the first 9 rows of data that match that. And then I did the same thing with, in this case, column H based on column F and the same dates again. So it's a pretty powerful tool for searching data and returning other data. And as we talked about, you want to have one source of truth, one source of the original data. You don't want to have data in multiple places as original sources. You want views of that original data. So we have our original product table, but then we may want to take views based on obviously certain date ranges or other things. And this is cool because we can even change this. Let's say we made this 21. The data down here will change. So in fact, let's make sure that it's going to change. Let's say it's only one month of data. There it is. It's much less, as you'll see. Now it'll only be 213, goes to row 213. So it's dynamic. So it's taking a view of our original database of data and putting it in here based on that filter function. So you'll see, you can use this spreadsheet and see the formulas and make a copy of it. And you can do similar things where you have dynamic ranges like this. I like to use background yellows to show data that is editable. And I write up here explanations of what the data is. So you can see here, these two columns are the first filter, and this column is the second filter. So that's the filter function.